Welcome back, and you're going to be talking about still things people should talk before they get married. And one of the things that we're going to talk about is deal breakers. How I understood this is things that can make someone walk out of a marriage, or things that someone cannot take in a marriage, right?
Yes.
So maybe Angie, if you start us off by what are some of the things you think people should talk about that can make a marriage end?
I think just for starters is, do you want to get married? Yes, then they agree, because marriage is a commitment. Are they ready for that kind of commitment? Then if they agree to get married, then now there are things that we now discuss. You want to have children, your religion, morality, and just look at the character before now you even engage. I'm sure even as you're dating, what you look at is, does this person have the things I require from my side? Are these things long term? Does this person look like it's just for a short term period? There's a way you can gauge. Is this person consistent? Are they committed? Because a marriage is a long term thing. You have to look at the future. What does the future offer for both of you? Are you compatible? Yes, I think that is where you can always start from. Children and religion, culture, finances will come in, I'm sure, later on, but also how you're spending your time. Yes.
Okay, for me, before you even talk about marriage, the deal breaker is religion. How you want to pray in that house is a very important thing. How you want your children raised is very important, because at one particular time, the issue of how do you pray when you take your children will come up. You want your children to understand that this is what we do in this house, and it's very important. Another thing is looks. Yes, it's very important. People think looks it's not number one. It's not a priority, but looks is very important.
Calculating the genes of your child.
Not even about the genes. You yourself, how do you take care of yourself?
Oh, okay.
If you're this round lady, the guy likes round women. Appreciate that and dress it up.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So if you like your man in a particular way, let it be dressed up, because that is a breaker. One day you appear in a public place and then you start living with someone else, you will feel this person is unfaithful just by doing that. You understand? So there are some things that are very important, and we are being taught today in our church how to dress up. You understand? How to address this, what we call etiquette. How do you carry yourself as a woman, as a wife of someone, so that at the end of the day, you are a single person. How does he like his woman to look like?
Okay.
It's very important. How do I want my man to look like? So that when we appear in a supermarket and I see Julie coming, I don't hide. Okay. I don't go hiding, because I feel that someone is going to see us and we might not look like the way we are supposed to look. Yeah, because men are generally visual. So if you do not look the part, this man will be tempted to want to associate with people who look the part. We are not saying that we encourage the men to look for women who look the part, but try and love yourself. Even as a single person, get into marriage, love yourself. Make yourself feel worth being in that relationship and improve yourself. It is not a standard measure that I've gotten here. Now living in a figure. Now you start wearing. If the man does not like a hair, up to down, it's okay. Do something that you people are comfortable with. Another thing is education. Improve yourself. Because today the society wants masters. If you did a diploma, can you improve yourself so that you meet the job market? So that you know you're not you're not relevant in the society. So that by the time you're retiring, even if, so that you talk to each other about your goals. By the time you get to 55 and you can still work, you can do lecturing, improve yourself, so that you don't get to 55 and you give a teacher. Understand? And then now you start calling your children wicked. Those are things that yeah, because they're not sending you money. You understand? Okay. Those are aspects that we should talk about, and the deal breakers. How are we saving this? How are we saving for our children? How are we saving for ourselves? Let us not go back into our children's pocket and eat what they are making. They should be making for the next generation. Because the Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for the children and the children's children. It is good to be a good person. These things, they do not start in marriage 5 years. They start from the day we meet. How you go and buy pizza every day instead of going to cook in the house. Yeah, they start from the day you meet this person, and then now you don't want to bake tea, you want to go to Java and take coffee every morning. It starts from there. Because you go to Java, I'm not saying Java is bad, but I'm saying there are some things that you have to. Java, you can go when you're having one-on-one, talk about certain aspects of your life, but there's that aspect of wanting to save the little that you people are making. You will not be a millionaire at 25. So the little you have, please try and save it. It starts, how you handle your finances starts from the day you meet. You can handle yourself. So those are for me, the deal breaker is how we handle our finances. How we handle our finances. It's a deal breaker for me. Because the minute I realize you're not able to handle your finances well, I go to my cocoon and do it myself. And you see now you're a one man's show. And you know you cannot work alone.
Yeah, true.
You need support. You need to gather what you have together so that it works well. And it's a very big problem. My pastor once told me that the most important thing in marriage is finances. A man who knows that the wife is a hardworking, who knows that my wife thinks this and this, cannot just walk out anyhow.
True.
Why? She knows this one is a powerhouse by herself. The things she can do. She's not relying on you. You are relying on each other. That is a very big aspect for me. Yes. So when it comes to finances, how we spend and how we present ourselves, how our children present themselves, and our religion is very important. I know some people sex is a deal breaker for them.
But you would be having it 24 hours.
No, it is not about having sex. It is the size of the machine. I'm being honest. Some people, they don't say it, but in our own groups with our girls, they're like, that was serious. You understand? So some people deal breakers are different. Yes. So you understand people differently. So at the end of the day, everybody is happy. Yes.
True. About communication now. I mean, communication is one of the issues, even if that's why you see people in their 50s get divorced. So how should couples handle the issue of communication, especially maybe when someone is wrong? Should they talk about how they should handle conflict at home and how they should go about maybe disciplining children, or maybe communicating between them and their parents, when situations come about that require that?
For me, you have to understand the other person, how they are brought up, number one, and also their character. Then there are also these it's called what? There are, I think, 5 ways of showing.
Or 5 languages.
Yeah, 5 languages of love. So there is a way someone can show you one of the signs when they're actually trying to say they are sorry or they are trying to make amends. You can actually read from that. Conflict is something that you can't discount it. It has to be there. It can break you, or rather it builds you. So it's you to see how you can capitalize on it, because there are some things that you don't get to discuss it and you can't sweep them under the carpet. You have to bring them up. So how you get to also approach the issue for both of you in a more relaxed manner, not when all of you are raised up high. I think in maybe a few hours after you guys have had a conflict, then you can say, for my opinion or for my side, I think I come from here. What do you think from your side? Where can we have our balance? And also for you to, it's also for you to read that other person. Are they feeling remorseful? If they're not feeling remorseful, even for you, it becomes hard for you every other time to try and be the one to try to bring things back in place.
True.
So it's a two-way thing. It has to be done by both of you, all of you. That's why marriage, it has to be a commitment. So you commit yourself to make yourself better every day. I commit myself to make him better. He commits to make me better. Because out there, you are both a team. Yes, that is what I feel.
Okay. Communication is not just verbal language. Sometimes it is silence.
What if I don't like silence?
Actually, silence works better in marriage.
Really?
Yes. Silence works better in marriage because there's something that you can speak when you're mad that can break you completely. Or you can break your partner completely. Most of the time, I would prefer that I keep quiet, sit myself down, rehearse what I would say, and then I talk about it soberly with points that I know that will make sense. Because you can be so hurt that you might end up confronting your husband or wife and saying very painful things that this person will never recover from. They sit down and they remember, and they're like, I can't trust this man in anything that I tell them. I can't trust this man with my secrets. Because it comes to, your family is bad. No, even you, your family is bad. You used to do this, you used to do this. Your mother is like this. You see, we confide in each other as husband and wife. But you know, when people get angry at each other, they say anything. So silence helps. Silence really helps in marriage. But that doesn't mean that you keep quiet throughout. It just requires that sometimes you call yourself to the table and say, babe, I think we should talk about this. It's important. Don't keep it so much. Because as women, we will remind you of that thing 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, 2 years down the line. Because you didn't talk about it.
You never forget.
Yes, you didn't talk about it. Even if you talked about it, you did not see the person feeling remorseful that whatever they did was wrong. And then, you see, my mom taught me something, but men do not want to be called to a meeting by women. So what happens is, your silence will make him come to the table and ask you, what is wrong? Nimefanya nini sasa? Then start asking you. You understand? So you will bring it up. But every time, if you keep someone in every time, you get used to it. We need to talk about what? That is what I'm telling you. But if you keep quiet, and if somebody who really loves you, will call you and say, are you okay? What is it? 1, 2, 3. And then when it comes to correcting children, don't talk different languages in front of the children. If he says, we go to sleep, and the child looks at you and says, Daddy has said we go to sleep, stand up. Even if you did not, that is what you didn't want them to do. Just tell that child, Daddy has said we go to sleep, stand up. And you have to make them stand up. You understand? And then now you go to the bedroom and say, I know that child is 9 and 8. I didn't like to analyze at least. I don't think you should really sleep for you. What you can do is, I can go and just be empty dog and she'll fall asleep. But don't talk about it there. Yes, because the child now will now know who to lean to when there is something that she wants or he wants. So when it comes to children, speak with one voice. Daddy has said we are going to town. If Daddy says there are no sweets, just tell him maybe there is no sweet, and then you talk to Daddy. And then you will buy for that sweet next time. Yes. Okay, Daddy has said to buy for you sweet. Yes. So that you do not look like you're demonizing one. Yes.
That's really nice. I hope couples really learn to communicate with each other, because communication is costing a lot of things that could have been solved by just talking. This is a sensitive topic also because I watched a YouTube couple talk about this, and it's something even in African societies is not talked about. The issues of infertility, because I've seen women being shamed if you're not able to give back almost immediately. But it's not like it's automatic, like you're getting married, then a child pops up. Sometimes you have to wait. So should you be able as a couple to discuss the issue of what if we have to wait, or what if we can't get a child? Because sometimes it's not even the woman's problem, but of course in Africa it is always assumed. Yes, so how should couples be able to talk about this, and also the options available in case you're not able to conceive?
The options available about conceiving sometimes have to vary.
Okay.
Because that includes surrogacy. In our law, we have not yet incorporated surrogacy.
Yeah,
though we have cases that are handled that we can use as precedents for surrogacy, but we do not have them. So it's not it's followed. Yes, we can do it, but the remedies in case of it's not so clear. It's a little bit
Agreed.
So, and also the IVF, a little bit expensive. So the option of talking about children is very important. It's very important because these are things that will break you. Will break you in terms of something that is beyond your control. It's not like the woman does not want a child. It is not because the man does not want a child. It is just a situation that has occurred that is beyond. It is very important to talk about it. Should you have this man or woman walk this path? Very important. If you have to visit the hospital, please do. Especially for couples who get married 30 years ago, should check. Because 25 is still a flexible time, that conceiving is not so bad as biology. We get these things from doctors, or that is what we say. But after 30, 35, please do check. So that you understand whether it's going to be possible. And to be honest, some of these things are just prayer. These things are just beyond our control. Some of issues when it comes to children, it's just prayer. And you help each other. That support is very important. Because when your also mind is clogged, you cannot even conceive. People conceive when they are most of the children that are conceived we just went out and we were happy. That is when most children are because that's why most people say children are born out of love. When there's so much tension, and then some people are, it is my calendar. Can you have sex now? It's very hard. It's very hard to. So it's something we should talk about, and also accept. There's also you can adopt a child. Understand? In African society, we have very many children in orphans. We have very many street children. You can adopt a child, and then with time you can get a child. It is not a do and die situation. I know for our men and women, you want to hold your dog. But for me, if about support, I remember there was a case of a friend who was not able to lose a child. I told myself, if it gets to being a surrogate for someone, I will do it.
Wow.
I said, because what this person is going through is very hard. It's very painful. Because even just giving birth to one child in the African society, it's a very big taboo.
Oh, you're not supposed to have one?
Why?
Why?
It's a very big taboo.
Okay.
Yeah, your in-laws will start asking, unaishi na dada yako? Are you a female or are you a male? And those things are very painful statements. You will be taught a lot of painful things. Yes, and then sometimes mother-in-laws can be a little bit emotional, and they tell you, me at a minimum for the man that you
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So those are very strong points that you should talk about. And if you notice that there is going to be a little bit of a challenge, I remember a couple, they talked about it, and the man said, if you're not able to have a child, I will force to marry again. So you marry this man, then if you're not able to have a child, he's allowed to marry again. So if you're okay with it, it's fine. If you're not, if you're not able to have a child, and you know you're not able to have a child, just know that there's a child somewhere. Yes. Yes, but talk about it so that when that moment comes, it's a very painful thing for a woman, but when that time comes, just hold yourself with dignity that it is beyond your emotion.
Children are a very sensitive thing, I would say. For any woman, rather, I think almost 99% of women, they will love to have their own. It's only that, unfortunately, our bodies you can't control. Some of the things you find yourself there. There's a lot of cases, endometriosis, there is cysts, there's just fibroids, there's just a lot. And sometimes it's not by our own making, you find yourself there. Then when you find yourself there, even you, it's puzzling that things are not happening on your side, but sometimes you find yourself already married, or you are in a commitment where now you're wondering what's going on. But what I would like to say, as she's mentioned, you need support. Because once you feel it's just one-sided, even for you to come to that place of being able to just calm down yourself, release the tension, and just have that child, because it also depends with your body. What does your body say? So if your mind is right, then at least things in your body gets to set themselves in line. When you're under tension, it's really hard for you to get that baby that you really, really want. So as she said, most of the time babies are made out of love, because most of the time you find people telling you, this was just a surprise, because they didn't expect. They didn't expect. And to be honest, at the end of the day, this is where we call and say, at the end of the day, it's God. He's the one who made you. He knows everything about you. So the same way you'll take back the Toyota, the Mercedes, the Audi back to the distributor, the one who does the manufacturer, it's the same way you take yourself to your manufacturer, who is God, and just pray. It might take time, but He surely answers. What I just feel will just be maybe patient. Delay is not denial. People are given second chances. I know maybe some people might have aborted maybe even before they got committed, but you know, at the end of the day, God is faithful. It's not a death sentence. People are forgiven, they're given second chances, and you just given a second chance to make the right now decision. Yes, and children are a blessing, and for those who don't have it's still waiting wombs. God is faithful.
He's faithful.
And I would also advise that during your young age, try and go for pap smear. Check on reproductive. Mostly check on your reproductive health. If you have very painful periods, try and see a doctor. But at least you're sure that you're okay. Some people, they end up being pregnant and their health is gone, and the child grows and the fever goes more than the child, and they affect the child. So try and check, so that at the end of the day, you're also okay that you did your best according to standards. And then now, you just tell God, now, I have done my best. So help me in this particular area. God will always come through. Because in the Bible, there's not the one who murdered somebody, the one who abused David. All of them got children. Because when we go to God and we've done our part, God, it doesn't matter what you've done, God is faithful. And also, if you do not have your own children, you can also derive joy from raising other children. A child is a child. Understand? They are only born through us. They are not ours per se. They are born through us in the world. Because that is why you take care of them. After some time, they take care of themselves. they're just born through us, but they're not ours to hold. Their decisions, there's some decisions that are made that are very parallel to what we want because they're just born through us. So even if you take care of another person's child, an orphan, someone who needs your help, it also contributes to the wellness of another child, which is very important. Yeah, so let us have an open mind. Even the women who can give, but some of them adopt. They adopt children. It is not about whether I can give birth or not. It is about I can take care of another child. Yeah, so I think it's a very good topic to talk about before marriage.
That's awesome. I pray that someone has been helped and encouraged. Yeah. Another question. It may sound vague, but I think it's a very important thing that people should discuss. What do you want in life? Do you think that's something, people should discuss? Because again, maybe someone just wants to, grow as now only 2 years are passing.
And die.
And die eventually. And maybe you're very aggressive, you want things pop, So maybe what do you think, Nicole?
In marriage, you will not be too aggressive people in that house.
True.
Too aggressive people cannot actually stay in that house.
There's always an
alpha.
I didn't know that.
Yes, because if you're two alphas in that house, and unless you're talking about having dreams or having a passion for something, that is different. But if you're all alphas, aggressive, there will be a point where now I want this one done, the other person wants that one done. Nothing. In the house, there's only one has to be and one that goes on. It's a very bad term, but one has to be a man that one has to at least lay low.
And it can be the man or the woman.
Yes. Most of the time, because of empowerment of the girl child, they are becoming more aggressive and more powerful, even in decision making, than the male. Because they have been so empowered, so much trained, that they know what they want. And a woman, I'm telling you, at 25, goes and sits down, tunajenga. Okay, even sisi tunaenda kujenga, you see. So before that man even gets to 30, you've already gotten to tunajenga. So you have to also take it step by step. Yes, you're aggressive, but be gradual. Don't be instant up. At one particular time, you take too much noise that you cannot handle. And yes, it's good to be alpha, but also try. Not every day you're up. Not every day your husband is up. Not every day you are the one who is. You're the one who says everything. Allow someone to express themselves. So that when you're making decisions, learn to compromise. Yes. There's that level where you will have to compromise on certain aspects of what you want, so that both of you can balance. Otherwise, why get married if all of you want what you want and the other? You don't want to stay single and want what you want. It's not about children. People can get children even outside. So it's about us trying to compromise and staying together as a commitment, but it requires 1 minute and then to go down.
That's what do you think, Angy?
So many things. But what I've got, it's this.
What do you want out of life?
For me, I'll put it like this. There's a way in the Bible it's written that we're supposed to be companions. There's a way we should. It's all about companionship. Companionship is that when I'm high, someone has to be able to support me. And when he's high, I have to be there to support him. So it's a balance, because we can't all thrive in every area. I'm sure there's a place where he thrives more and I thrive more. So it's just about hitting the balance. But there's always that, yes, the head of the house, he also has to have his own vision. That vision has to be brought to the table. This is what I think I should achieve. This is what I want to be. Then I'm like, okay, fine. This is what you want to be. Then how do we get you there? Do you need to go to school? Do you need to go for studies? Finances, yes, have to be put for you to come to this level. But also, I can't just be empowering you. At some level, you also have to have someone who not really matches you, but as you grow, I grow. So that we can be able to have an intellectual talk. It's not like you have grown and I'm still down here. It doesn't make any sense. So it's me and you trying to build our own empire or our own vision. Yes, you'll envision this, and I'll be like, okay, fine, I'm supposed to support you, I will support you, but there's always that give and take. So we always have to find a balance, and it's good that you guys discuss and say, I want to do this, I want to do business, I want to be in career, I want to be employed. You're like, okay, fine, this works for you, then this works for me too. I want to travel, this is what I feel I should do. Because I'm imagining also there are people who love so much of traveling and they like to be employed in companies that actually do the marketing of traveling. That means internationally. Will your couple actually tag along with you, or will they agree to stay back for you to pursue your goals? So also that is something that people dispute about, but you have to agree. That is why some of these good companies, they'll ask you, are you married? So you say yes or no. Or you can be left behind. Someone will just go and just leave you there. But most of these good companies, they'll ask you, are you married? Because they'll expect you to go along with your spouse. And even if you have children, you'll have to travel along with them. So it's really important.
So in the aspect of what do you want in life? Both of you should have vision. Don't marry someone who does not know what they really want. That is very dangerous. Because all they want is party, and eat, and dance, and sleep.
Grown men.
Yes.
Grown women.
Yes.
Want that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There is a place of party. There is a place of saving and growth. Yes. We're not saying that you should all play. To be done, no. Also have a place of being serious and focused and mature enough to know that I can do this and I cannot do that. At the end of the day, have goals, achieve them. You understand? So your goals should be 70% focus. These others are side shows. Have 30. At Kama you have some 3,000 on the side, you can just be spending to do. But the 70 should be the main focus. This is what we want our children to go to good schools. Focus number 1. We want good educated children, God fearing, number 1. Number 2, we want to have a few businesses, companies that we can live with for these children. Number 2, you understand? And we want to grow ourselves. So even if the line to vision is not like this, even if it goes like this, but you still get it. It's never a straight line. But yes, you meander along the way, but you actually get there because you're already focused on it. And you're helping each other.
The best. That's important because marrying, even if it's a lady who doesn't have a vision, she just sit, works to manufacture children, and I don't know.
The best women do, they do nice clothes, nice shoes, they do very good makeup. And now we post on Facebook.
And then we post babies.
And we post on Facebook. So live your life. Another one. You see. So but have a focus. So that at the end of the day, you say I have achieved this. We have achieved this. We haven't achieved this. How do we get to this? Yes.
And also, by you actually saying your goals, you're able to channel your funds, your finances in the right direction. So it helps you budget, it helps you save, it helps you cut all the loose leads that you feel this money is not necessary in this place. So it helps you align your finances with and your billings also, you know how to cut on the expenses which are not necessary. It helps also in the...
And then now about career. Career is very sensitive area for ladies because as we are talking about goals, what if I want to be a stay-at-home mom? Or what if, as advocates, as ladies, we've experienced sometimes some law firms don't allow you, to get pregnant, of course. Now you have to change, maybe and work in a more relaxed environment. So should people talk about careers before settling down or wanting to get married?
Yeah, career is very important. You know, there is the image of I am an adult, but what do you really do? You understand? What do you really do? If you're doing commercial transactions, what do you really do? What do you understand with what you do? Because law firms can be a little bit hectic with pregnancy. Court matters that are outside where you live. So you'll be forced to be moving. Is your husband okay with it? Or this man that you want to marry, is he okay that maybe you'll have a case that is in Moranga or you have to go outside Nairobi? Will he be fine that you're not just going to beat someone that there is no suspicion that you're actually going to do a matter outside Nairobi? So there is that part. And also if you're starting, you'll have children, young couples, it will be very strange. So you'll have to discuss that early enough, that yes, when you are going to have children, will you do a law firm? Or will we look for jobs in government? Will we start our own small thing that someone can run for us when we're still having our children? It is very important so that at the end of the day, you get to understand each other and also be comfortable, because when you're pregnant you don't want to be moving from one place to the other, or the boss feeling like you're not sufficient enough, start giving you peanuts. You know, that way we'll be paying you per case that you handle. You know, some people will just so they'll be giving you, if you handle this part, the amount that you get will give you a percentage. You know, some people they do that. So you should be able to know and to budget within that time. Yes, we're having this child. My job, I'm supposed to be in a law firm. The law firm pays like this. If I'm pregnant, will they allow me to be working? Will they allow me outside the home? Those are the things that you should talk about. But during the years of childbearing, let's be careful to lower the expectations. Lower the expectations on career growth. Yes. Okay. On career growth, mainly lower your expectations, because these children will need you. They will need their mother. You do not want a child that looks like you but behaves like yourself.
True story.
Or you come to the house, they don't even know you.
Okay.
And you see health, some people that you break today, tomorrow they go. Once you let go of a health, the child starts crying hysterically because they don't know you. They ignore their health. Yes. So talk about it, because it helps that people who will come. They also have their needs. Sometimes she's a single lady, she wants to get married, or she's married, the husband will call and will want them to go back. Talk about it. At the end of the day, you own these children. Yes. After a particular, children are not stagnant. They will grow. You will grow also. So if you want to grow, it's either you grow before the children or grow after they have children to get grown, so that they also experience you as a mother. It's very important. Career growth during childbearing age, it's not as rapid as when you're single, and as when they are grown, at least they are started going to speak. They can be picked and be brought. But when they are still in the house and then you come back late, they're already asleep. You don't know how to put your children to bed. You've never read them a storybook. Understand? It becomes you don't even know their colors. You don't even know what they like, the type of food they like. You just tell, pick up my eye. You don't even know which child likes my eye, which child likes something else. Yes. So understand that stage, that your career will be low a little bit, so that these children also, they have a life with their parents. Yes.
You've spoken volumes to me.
Because at the end of the day, you working, you channeling all your funds, you trying to build something, it's for them. So are you building something for someone you have not bothered to nurture how they're going to come up and take care of maybe what you've left them? We've had so many stories of people who have not been nurtured into the system, so they're not able to handle what they're given. They get to just spend it all out. When you're thinking, you're struggling, you're striving, you're trying to save, think about that person you're saving for. At least bring them up to a level where you can say, I'm sure this person is good at handling this business. So I'm sure even if I leave this business for them, it's good for them. And this one, okay, she's not good with business, but I'm sure academics, there's something else we can challenge for them. So even as you're working, even as you're striving for your career, even as you're saving, you have them at the back of your mind. You know them. You know what you're investing in. Because it's really, really important. Because at the end of the day, they also look up to you. Mommy does this, daddy does this. My mom is a lawyer. You know, my dad is a pilot. I want to be a pilot. Where do these dreams come from? They have to come from someone. And you see, it's really good. So that also when you come back and tell them, hey baby, my day was like this. Or like, this client was like this. Hey, you know, they want to also, they're also eager to learn from you. So it's also a good time for you to sometimes unwind. Sometimes you leave your baggage at the door and you're like, okay, patience now with the children. Mama, what do you want? You want to play? No, you want to play. What should you do?
Dance. Be flexible. Dance
Dance with your children. Sing with them. Run around. It's a
Watch
really
them,
good
what they watch on YouTube. Watch with them.
Yeah.
No, the children have different stages. One gets to A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. The other one gets to painting. Do you know which one likes painting? Which one does A, B, C, D? Which one knows how to dance? Which one wants to sing? Understand? So you'll have, yes, we are career women, but there's a place where you have to fix your children. And know that if I do not play my part here, at the end of the day, they'll make decisions that will also affect me if I don't educate them well. Yes.
That's really important, because I feel many women are chasing their dreams and thinking now it's time for help to bring up the children for them. And then the children are grown and you don't recognize them.
You can't even affirm them. You know, you have to meet your children. Mommy, you're beautiful. Even if they don't even know what you're saying. They just say, I remember I tell my people, you're beautiful. Mommy loves you. Daddy loves you. And then all of a sudden, after 1 week, she sees a crying child in the compound. Like, Mommy loves you. Daddy loves you. So they understand that language. And then that is how they grow to be loving people, caring people. You know, because how you make them feel is how they make others feel. True. Even you, how you make them feel is how they make you feel. If you make them sad, they'll give you back the sadness.
True.
They'll give you back the sadness.
Okay. Yes. So you have to be a happy mom.
Yes.
You can have happy children and a happy family. Okay. But how do you manage that without running mad? So that's the other thing I'm imagining. I mean, you work, you're a wife, you're a mother.
That's where you balance with your friends. That's where you have to look for your support system. You call them without the children. Hey, Angie, my head, what is going on? This is happening. Okay, Mama, what do we do? How do we figure it out? Yes, what do we do? And then she tells you, then you're like, okay, feel snacks and listen to the children. Get a support system. Don't take your stress to the children because they will soak it in. Look for an outlet. Because if you do not get an outlet, definitely you'll take it to the children. The body will naturally look for an outlet to get things out. Get a support system. And that is where you call your friend one weekend, can we do a road trip? You get there, something just annoys you, Kitogo. Hey, last week, you know, so did this. You find yourself ranting and getting it off. By the time you're home, you're like, phew. You get there, you rant yourself. And then you come back to your children, you're sober.
True. You laugh. At least you're coming more.
And you get even another perspective that she has. I don't know, you don't have to think like that. What if you do this? What if you do this? So that at the end of the day, you're not a monopoly of thoughts. You can get advice from someone that can help you because maybe they have gone through that, or they have had a story about somebody who went through that and had a solution for it. So that at the end of the day, you don't carry that stress to the children. You get the child and brighten up. So that I can do this. Get to the truth. Inhale. I can do this. Mama, you get to the door, you're like, hi, mother. Hi, baby, how are you? We have you. I love you, Mama. What if they get to the door? Go away. I'm tired. after what you've done that to that child will feel rejection.
Mm.
And children don't know how to handle rejection very well. They'll start calling. They get to teens, they won't even tell you anything.
Yeah.
Completely. They'll be strangers. Someone else will know this child.
That should never happen, especially for needy children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they might even look for a man to confide in. The same men are the ones who might even take advantage. Or a lady to confide in. This lady will mislead them to do something that they know best. You know. So try and balance so that you don't overdo work and you do not overdo children.